Hello friends, how are you all? Hope everything is okay with you. Love you, Ashraf here. So for today's video, we would like to share with you these amazing 10 destinations you won't believe are real. So hope you like it. Thank you all so much for your support and see ya. Giant's Causeway, promontory of basalt columns along 4 miles 6 kilometers of the northern coast of Northern Ireland. It lies on the edge of the Antrim Plateau between Causeway Head and Benbane Head, some 25 miles or 40 kilometers northeast of Londonderry. There are approximately 40,000 of these stone pillars, each typically with 5 to 7 irregular sides, jutting out of the cliff faces as if they were steps creeping into the sea. Born 50 to 60 million years ago during the Paleogene period, the Giant's Causeway resulted from successive flows of lava inching toward the coast and cooling when they contacted the sea. Layers of basalt formed columns, and the pressure between these columns sculpted them into polygonal shapes that vary from 15 to 20 inches, 38 to 51 centimeters in diameter, and measure up to 82 feet, 25 meters in height. They are arrayed along cliffs averaging some 330 feet or 100 meters in elevation. Salt Flats Death Valley in California. Established on October 24, 1994, Death Valley National Park is a beautiful but challenging landscape where unique wildlife have developed ingenious adaptations to the arid, harsh environment. Located in both California and Nevada, it's the largest national park in the lower 48 states and has nearly 1,000 miles of roads that provide access to both popular and remote locations in the park. Death Valley is the lowest point in North America. At 282 feet below sea level, Badwater Basin is a surreal landscape that tricks the senses. What many visitors mistake for snow covering the ground is actually a thick layer of salt on the valley floor. But how did the salt get there? Rain and minerals dissolved from rocks drain to lower elevations. Here at Badwater Basin, the water forms temporary lakes after heavy storms. As the water evaporates, minerals concentrate until only the salts remain. After thousands of years, enough salts have settled here at the bottom of the continent to create this vast, surreal scene. Lake Redma, Senegal. Less than an hour away from the capital city of Senegal, there is an unusual lake that will surely catch the unsuspecting visitor's eye because of its unusual yet vivid pink color. Lake Redma, or Lac Rose, as it is known by locals, is separated only by some narrow dunes from the Atlantic Ocean, and as expected, its salt content is very high. Its salinity content compares to that of the Dead Sea, and during the dry season it exceeds it. Its distinct pink color is caused by the Dunaliella salina bacteria, which is attracted by the lake's salt content. The bacteria produces a red pigment in order to absorb the sunlight, thus giving the lake its unique color. Its color is especially visible during the dry season, which lasts from November to June, and less during the rainy season, July to October. Meteora, Greece. A visit to Meteora, Greece and the monasteries offer a unique perspective of nature's grandeur in conjunction with history, architecture, and man's everlasting desire to connect with the divine. From the early Christian times, the cliffs of Meteora were regarded as a perfect place to achieve absolute isolation, a place for people to find peace and harmony, and thus to support mankind's eternal struggle for spiritual ascension. Meteora today is the largest archaeological site of Greece in terms of the area that it covers. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1989 and an official holy place for Greece since 1995. A vast complex of giant rock pillars with monasteries made on the peaks of the sandstone cliffs centuries ago creates a truly surreal landscape found nowhere else in the world. The first ones who arrived in the area to use the cliffs of Meteora for spiritual reasons were Orthodox Christian hermit monks. They came to this place between the 9th and the 10th century to find quiet and to isolate themselves in the many caves found scattered among the cliffs. Apostle Island, Sea Caves, Wisconsin. The story of the Devil's Island Formation begins over 1 billion years ago. At the time, rivers carried sandy sediments from hills in what is now southern Minnesota to a basin where the Apostle Islands are now found. These rivers, known as braided streams, carried sediment that slowly filled the basin, forming a sand flat. That area was covered with many shallow ponds, some only a few inches deep, connected by shallow channels. Sand deposits in this environment were thinly bedded, fine-grained, and extensively ripple marked. These deposits eventually became the sandstone known as the Devil's Island Formation, named for the locality where it was first identified and described by geologists. The cave's beauty varies dramatically with the season. In summer, the red sandstone is sandwiched between sapphire blue lake and emerald green forests that grow right up to the brink of the cliffs. Large waves generate plumes of spray and thunderous explosions as they surge into the sea caves. While visitors must enjoy the scenes from a distance, such is not the case when the lake is tranquil. Under calm conditions, kayakers can explore the cave's deepest recesses while listening to the murmur of water against rock. Neuschwanstein, Bavaria, Germany. It is one of the most visited castles in Germany and one of the most popular tourist destinations in Europe. The castle is located in Bavaria near the town of Fussen. It was built by King Ludwig II of Bavaria, also known as the Fairy Tale King. King Ludwig was a great admirer and supporter of Richard Wagner, the world-renowned composer. Neuschwanstein Castle was built in his honor, and many rooms in the castle's interior were inspired by Wagner's characters. Neuschwanstein literally means New Swan Castle, referencing of the Swan Knight, one of the Wagner's characters. The Neuschwanstein Castle looks like a fairy tale castle. It is a castle of the paradox. It was built in the 19th century in Bavaria, in a time when castles no longer had strategical and defensive purposes. The construction of the Neuschwanstein Castle began in 1869. And originally it was projected to last 3 years. But Ludwig II wanted the castle to be perfect, so the immense building was not finished even at Ludwig's death in 1886. Neuschwanstein Castle has a very beautiful inner garden surrounded by a walled courtyard. It even has an artificial cave. Neuschwanstein interior is as beautiful as its outside. Though only 14 rooms were finished before Ludwig's death in 1886, these rooms were majestically decorated. South China Karst. Karst is an area of land made up of limestone. Limestone, also known as chalk or calcium carbonate, is a soft rock that dissolves in water. As rainwater seeps into the rock, it slowly erodes. Karst landscape can be worn away from the top or dissolved from a weak point inside the rock. Karst landscapes features caves, underground streams, and sinkholes on the surface, where erosion has worn away the land above ground. Steep rocky cliffs are visible. Shilan is a karst formation in southern China. In Chinese, Shilan means stone forest. Shilan got its name because the tall rocks that form due to erosion look like stone trees. Shilan is a part of a larger karst landscape called the South China Karst, which spreads across the Chinese provinces of Guangxi, Guizhou, and Yunnan. South China Karst, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since June 2007, spans the provinces of Zhongguang, Guangxi, Guizhou, and Yunnan. It is noted for its karst features and landscape as well as rich biodiversity. Trollens Cliffs in Faroe Islands. Trollens is the northernmost village on the island's Causeway. Trollens is the village from where you will hike to Calorine. The village lies in a deep valley away from the crowd. In order to get to Trollens, you will drive through 4 tunnels that are all 3.5 meters wide. The final tunnel before entering the valley where you will find Trollens is 2.2 kilometers and is the longest tunnel on Causeway Island. Trollens made headlines in autumn 2019 as scenes were shot on Causeway Island for the 25th James Bond movie, No Time to Die. There are 13 people living in Trollens. Technically part of Denmark, the Faroe Islands feel worlds away, and they are lying between Iceland and Norway in the North Atlantic. The most scenic point in the Isles has to be the Trollens Cliffs, where emerald green grasses cling to the craggy ground and a group of waterfalls plunge into the sea. Trollens is the northernmost village on Causeway. From Trollens, you can walk to the lighthouse on Calorine, from where you can enjoy the amazing view of the northern ends of the islands, or gaze into the distant horizon. Honghe Rice Terraces in China. The cultural landscape of Honghe Rice Terraces, China covers 16,603 hectares in southern Yunnan. It is marked by spectacular terraces that cascade down the slopes of the towering Ailao Mountains to the banks of the Hong River. Over the past 1,300 years, the Han people have developed a complex system of channels to bring water from the forested mountaintops to the terraces. They also have created an integrated farming system that involves buffaloes, cattle, ducks, fish, and eel and supports the production of red rice, the area's primary crop. The inhabitants worship the sun, moon, mountains, rivers, forests, and other natural phenomena including fire. They live in 82 villages situated between the mountaintop forests and the terraces. The village features traditional thatch mushroom houses. The resilient land management system of the rice terraces demonstrates extraordinary harmony between people and their environment, both visually and ecologically, based on exceptional and long-standing social and religious structures. Las Lajas Sanctuary, Colombia. Many places of worship are built around relics and icons. However, most of them are not built in such precarious and dangerous locations as Las Lajas Sanctuary, which crosses a forested gorge on the border between Colombia and Ecuador. In 1754, an Amerindian woman and her daughter found themselves caught in a brutal storm. Hiding out from the weather in the gorge, the woman felt a force calling to them, and to their amazement looked up and saw the image of the Virgin Mary on the rocks above. At that moment, the woman's daughter was simultaneously cured of her inability to hear and speak. The day after the discovery was reported, a blind man wandered for 10 years from village to village, collecting donations to build a chapel around the image. When he returned to Las Lajas, he was able to see again. Both of those 18th century miracles inspired the creation of Las Lajas Sanctuary between 1916 to 1949, built around the original chapel. To call up the original miracle, the stone made on the cliffs forms the back wall of the modern sanctuary, making a gorge-spanning bridge and church combination necessary. Although the site was dedicated a minor basilica by the Catholic Church in 1954, non-religious visitors can still enjoy the dramatic setting and neo-Gothic architecture. The massive church sits 150 feet high over the river below, and its turrets contrast elegantly with the green cliffs and cascading waterfall which are visible from the arched stone bridge. So that's it for today, my friends. Hope you liked this video. So if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever we post our new videos. Thank you again so much, guys, and see you on our next video. Bye for now.